We welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series, Season number 3, Daytona Regular Season Finale. Welcome live to the world's center of racing tonight, the Daytona International Speedway for the final race of the regular season in the Xfinity Series. Alright, we're going to be up and running tonight, so of course your regular season championship for Xfinity is already decided. It was Connor Asbell winning that last week at Kentucky. Cameron Chandler just too far down in the standings and too many points away to score enough to beat him tonight. So Connor Asbell locked it up last week, I should say, at Kentucky with his 3 wins on the year. As once again, we welcome you back live. Here's playoffs will be decided here. There is one playoff spot up for grabs. It's between Seven Hathorn, who is currently, I can put up the point standing right here, currently just 12 points above the cut line, and then Rojan Koch, who is about 12 points below the cut line, and that's your only playoff spot up for grabs tonight. Of course, the regular season title is already decided, but third place in the standings, which is worth 5 playoff points, is very up for grabs. It's between basically realistically at this point, Stacy, Wilson, Johnson, and John Wynn. And one of those drivers will be scoring 3 regular season, or I should say playoff points. Stacy currently has it in P3 after a great year so far. Still looking for that first win, though. Cole Wilson sits 4th with his 1 win on the year. And Landon Johnson currently sits in P5. He's been very good at super speedways in the past. We'll see what he can do tonight. Alright. Once again, welcome live to the world's center of racing, ready to kickstart regular season finale week in Daytona for both the Cup and Xfinity Series. Of course, Xfinity, it's tonight. 50 laps around the Daytona International Speedway, the second Daytona race of the season, of course. The only track that we race at twice. Alright. So, of course, just one playoff spot up for grabs tonight. Rojan Koch needs to outscore Seven Hathorn by 12 or 13 points, I should say, tonight to advance to the playoffs.
Yep, and those are a lot of spots here at this racetrack, at the enormous Daytona International Speedway, where everything, you're not gonna see something called pack racing, which is basically everybody's bunched up together. And instead of normal pace, which we see at tracks like last week, for example, at Kentucky, or at Auto Club, or wherever we go in the schedule, here you're gonna see some close racing, and we're gonna see the big one for sure, because we're gonna see different approaches. We're gonna see the people that are desperate to go to the front, and we're gonna see the people that want to go to the back to be safe. But at some point, those people have to get to the front, so that causes a lot of wrecks usually.
Alright, as we welcome you live to the world's center of racing, the Daytona International Speedway here tonight, for the second time this season, of course. So, car is going to be on the racetrack, and I don't know what my screen is doing back there, but we are officially all up and live. Welcome to Daytona Beach, Florida. It's the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series, Season number 3, Regular Season Championship. And of course, tonight, your regular season champion, Connor Asbell, or I should say regular season finale, your regular season championship winner, Connor Asbell, is going to enter this race with basically no pressure. He's got, of course, pressure to maybe score more playoff points and other things like that. As here's your runner-up in the standings currently, Cameron Chandler. Cameron Chandler in the standings right now to keep that runner-up spot tonight. He is looking pretty good. The gap is 30 points, which is technically, you're able to make that up, but after the stage, if he scores points on that, nobody will be able to catch him.
Or Connor Asbell doesn't win the stage. That's the only way Cameron could really beat him in the standings. But both of them, especially Connor Asbell, they can afford to be involved in wrecks and make mistakes, as we see the GM Group ratio of Cameron Chandler in the number 8 machine.
Yeah, so of course Cameron Chandler currently sits second in points. Connor Asbell ahead of him, regular champion there, The only one with no pressure. So the battle is technically on for second on the points, but mostly on for third, and then that final playoff spot between Hathorn and Koch. 31 points for up tonight. You'd have to win the pole, the stage, and the race. Do that. Chandler and White are both practicing pit road as they come flying on by. Oh, and they're going to just destroy each other down there.
Typical thing of practice, you know. You have to try out the limit before this race.
I'll be right back in just a quick second from the World Center of Racing, Daytona. And here we go. All right, so all cars going to be on the racetrack in just a moment. You're going to see some Cup Series regulars tonight, as well as your normal Xfinity Series drivers. Some drivers just want to get practice for the Cup Series race tomorrow. As everyone heading onto the racetrack, led by Ashton Miller in the 79, side by side between your regular season champion Connor Asbell and the driver's second in points in the Cup Series, Matthew White. And that battle for the regular season championship in the Cup Series is going to go all the way down to the wire tomorrow night.
Absolutely. It's curious to see Aiden Donoghue, who doesn't run Xfinity that often, just racing today. He wants to get some practice for tomorrow in the Cup Series because those playoff points by winning the regular season are really important, especially in the second round where we have chaotic tracks in Bristol, for example.
Oh, up the racetrack goes Ashton Millers. They're going to be forming a bit of a pack here to start off. Down the front straightaway they go at the World Center of Racing in the warm-up session. 3 wide for a minute. There's Landon Johnson, 4 wide. He gets squeezed up the racetrack. And now, the 95 of Ryan Davis going down to the inside. He'll slam the wall in his new scheme and number tonight for Team Chevy Motor Club. 3 wide still. Matthew White up to the outside in the 29. And there's Connor Asbell and that new Detroit Lions paint scheme taking the lead. Aiden Donoghue finished second last week at Kentucky in the Xfinity race. Behind Cameron Chandler as they're racing down the back straightaway. Here is Chandler on the back bumper of Miller. Nice looking paint scheme on the 8 car this weekend.
Yeah, paint scheme on the playground of Dale Earnhardt. What used to be the playground of Dale Earnhardt.
And here is Rojan Koch. Needs to have a great run tonight. Got to score 13 points on 7 Hathorn, which is going to be very, very tough. So if he's got to basically, he's going to need Hathorn not to score any points in the stage. He's also going to need Hathorn not really to score any points in the, if he wants to have a realistic shot, he's got to have Hathorn not really score any points in the stage. And then he can get a decent finish and probably advance if Hathorn doesn't get a good finish either. It's going to be tough, though, for Rojan Koch tonight. Of course, top 10 all get stage points. We'll see how that all gets played out.
I noticed after Miller just wiggling a lot when he went to make the move to the outside. These drivers have to be really careful with that move during the race because otherwise that's going to cause a huge mess as we see contact between Miller the whole field.
And they're going to wreck here down the front straightaway. You got to come in the middle of the racetrack. It's Cole Wilson. Your Watkins Glen winner. He's locked into the playoffs. Oh my God, Cameron Chandler's upside down. The 3-time winner this year and winner of Kentucky last week.
As we see Aston Miller flipping a lot. He hit the roof with the floor with the roof of the race car. What you were mentioning, Ethan, Cameron Chandler put on a clinic last week. He led 88 out of 90 laps. He basically led the whole race from flag to flag and ended up getting the checker flag there. And also he won the pole position. So let's see what Cameron can do now at a restricted plate track.
Yeah, he's been okay at super speedways. I believe he's got a win or 2 in lobbies, never in Xfinity or Cup or any other. He's got actually a truck series. Got actually 2 truck series wins at speedways, Daytona and Talladega last. So he is very good in the truck at least. He's good in the Xfinity car. We'll see what he can do tonight. Still trying to hold on to second in points. It's possible that he could get beaten from that if he scores stage points in the first stage, at least 2, then he'll be locked into second. And the battle's on for third in the final playoff spot. We will also have live points updates throughout the night. And we're going to be seeing that throughout the laps, after the stage, right after the checkered flag, after qualifying as well.
Yep. Talking about the playoffs, let's take a look at the schedule as Aston Miller makes a great save there. He goes back to the racetrack and he's going to keep on. So the schedule is the following. This is the last race of the 2024 year. Then we go headed to the 2025 year at Darlington Raceway. The lady in black they say is the track too tough, same as we see wreck between Aston Miller. Flip from Aston Miller there. Oh my God, that was an insane wreck right there. Then we go to the Michigan International Speedway on January 8th for the second race of the round of 8. Then we go to Spa-Francorchamps, January 15th. NASCAR going to a Formula One track, so that's going to be really exciting for the fans and the drivers too. Then we go to a round of 6, Chicagoland Speedway on January 22nd, the Talladega Super Speedway on January 29th, and the Bristol Motor Speedway on February 5th. And then we have an off week, and then we have the Kansas Championship race on February 19th. So it's going. We have a lot of variety of racetrack around. We have one road course, we have one super speedway, we have one 2-mile track, we have like 3 intermediates, and we have one short track. So that's going to be really interesting how these drivers can play out this playoff schedule.
Yeah, if you're a driver, you have to master every single one of those racetracks if you want to try to advance to the Championship 4 and have a shot at the Xfinity Series Championship in Season 3. So currently, probably your top 2 favorites to win the title are Cameron Chandler and Connor Asbell, as they've been mostly the best all season, and they have the most wins as well, 3 apiece. Cole Wilson could be thrown in that category. He's improved a lot. Of course, got that win in Watkins Glen a couple of weeks ago. Dominating that race, scored the max points available as they're 4 wide coming off pit road here. Everyone coming onto the racetrack at the same time.
Yeah, oh my God.
17 minutes to go here in the warm-up session. Asbell goes to the outside of Wilson, goes down low once again as they race down the back straightaway here. Wilson blocking big time in front of Cameron Chandler. And they're 3 wide through the middle back there as well. Oh, hard on the wall.
Oh
Big wreck.
Huge wreck.
Oh, Matthew Lloyd just went through Pace and Lindsay. Still wrecking down here. And there's Coke Lawson getting out of the way. So they race, as you can see, as aggressively as possible in practice. Get that out of the way, and then we go to the race. Still not even halfway through practice. Oh, counter as was on the lid.
Let's go to the August results here at Daytona to have some kind of reference of how these drivers might do today, even though in plate racing you cannot predict anything. So Seven Hawthorne finished 17th, 5 laps down, probably involved in a wreck, and Ryan Koch finished 19th. So the playoff spot, if we had those results right now, would go to Seven Hawthorne still, because he finished in front of Ryan Koch. So yeah, that's quite interesting as we see them rolling off the racetrack now. That race was won by Andrew J. Halloran. Second was Tristan Leonard by 16 one-thousandths of a second. Mac Grab was third by 38 one-thousandths of a second behind the leader. And then from then on, Ethan DeWelt, Eli Tomlin, Cole Wilson, J.O. Turpin, Peyton Lindsay, Landon Johnson, and Ethan McMillan winding up the top 10 as we see a huge wreck once again.
Oh yeah, back straightaway has a pile up down here. So let's give you the points rundown real quick. So, of course, if Roshan Koch scores 0 stage points, he's gonna need to score at the lowest 5th tonight in the race. So he crucially needs stage points tonight. Oh my God! I believe that's Hunsicker. Hunsicker and White. For some reason, they run those 2 paint schemes every single regular season championship or finale race at Daytona for Xfinity. Oh, they're racking up. Oh, Cole Wilson and a couple of those hard on the wall. There's Pace and Lindsay slamming the wall. Here's the 77.
Well, that Bad Boyser car, very nostalgic for Dale Earnhardt Jr. fans in the 2000s. As we see them, well, they're gonna roll 5 at Brest, going off pit road. That's going to be interesting for sure.
We'll see how this ends. Might not be the ending all time. Oh, they're going to make contact coming off pit road. Hey, it's a mess down here. My God. Everyone just trying to roll. Get up to speed. So you got 3 wide action. There is Tyler Stevenson in the 14 machine in his Cup Series debut for Ethan Trendler Racing tonight. Got Cole Wilson, his teammate, up to the outside. And a big pack down the back straightaway. We saw a huge wreck in the first 5 or so laps of the race, in the Xfinity Series regular season finale last year in Daytona in Season 2. It ended up with Cole Wilson on his lid, I think on lap 3. Last 2, contact.
Oh, there oh my God. Huge wreck.
Oh, this is going to be big.
Yeah, huge wreck. Oh my God.
Oh my, preview for tonight. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Stevenson. It is a terrible crash. Oh my God. It is an
The 14 is rolling. He's going to stop rolling. He's going to make a dead stop in the racetrack.
And that's what typically happens in practice sessions. Landon Johnson's so far top of the board. Here's Payson Lindsay by himself. Here's Logan Giesbrecht. More here still on pit road. There's the 94. I believe the 94 CJ Urban. About to say Bryce Benton because he has Napa on his car. Oh yeah, CJ Urban now in the 94 machine. And here they come. Oh, it's a crash off pit road. The 9 spins. That's Braden Hunsaker. The middle goes Ryan Davis in the 95. Another big old mess coming off pit road. They're like 4 wide coming off pit road, so no wonder why they crash.
Yeah, they do like the school assemblies when, before lunch, basically, the cafeteria, when basically everyone is just talking in groups and everything. Everybody is just bunched up together. This is what's happening right now at the exit of pit road. As we see, Kevin Chandler on the outside, Cole Wilson on the inside. These two are very good friends, or I should not say very good friends, but you know, they talk a lot between each other, and they are not anymore side by side. Cole Wilson is leading. Ryan Cole fighting for the last playoff spot as we see Carmen Chandler sideways in turn 4.
And 11 minutes to go here in practice. Brody Webster's going to spin down the front straightaway. He's going to now, Chandler's going to be on his lid, flipping your Kentucky winners upside down. Once again, there's the 77 through the middle.
Oh! Cole Wilson is sideways, and he's going back into a racetrack. Hard hit.
I reckon here, once again, there's Matthew White hard on the wall. There's John Wynn. As Erdman will take out Ryan Davis. And, there's Logan Giesbrecht slamming into the front, and there's Cobbs Jr. in his Xfinity debut tonight for MNF Racing. Oh, he's going to absolutely destroy the wall. All right. It's been an interesting practice so far, to say the least.
Absolutely.
Here they come. Here they come. Tonight also presents an opportunity for an upset winner that we usually don't see there. Oh, they're crashing hard on the wall. I mean, I'm not even going to have a race pick for this one tonight. Literally anyone in this field has probably equal opportunities of winning tonight.
That's why we say always, you cannot predict restrictor plate racing. That's because with the plate implemented, with the restrictions implemented on these engines, you generate evidently less horsepower. Therefore, you are just bunching up the field together, and also the high banks of this enormous racetrack. It seems like, I'm just saying, used to say it, but this track in person is enormous. Like,
yes, it is.
Think about your local school times 10. That's how big this racetrack really is, as we see carnage into a tri-oval and then everywhere.
Yeah, I've been
But,
here. It is absolutely massive down the front straightaway, especially.
yep. But that's why also with fit setups and this new Daytona, well, not new anymore, it's 13 years old, this pavement. So it is not really, handling doesn't even come into play anymore. So therefore you can have guys like John Nogai and Carlos Ortiz winning this race. So it's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, you could be leading coming off turn number 4, and by the time you come across the start-finish line, you might be 15th and in the wall. Oh, Cole Wilson.
We could see the 6th place guy just win the race, and he not even expecting to win. So,
as you can see, not a whole lot of practice laps being turned down as usual at super speedways. We're actually counting that. Landon Johnson so far top of the board. He's currently locked into the playoffs for Xfinity. It's not confirmed yet, but there are rumors that he will be moving up back to full-time Cup Series racing in Season 4, which is next season, of course. He had a full-time Cup campaign in Season 1, did not make the playoffs. Went down to Xfinity last season, made the playoffs, missed the championship for now in the playoffs for the 2nd straight year, trying to make the championship for this year. Starts in the wall. And there he is. Oh, not him. There he is in the 88. Oh, Cameron Chandler, Connor Asbell. My God. Here's Cole Clausen, the 5 getting turned. And he's going to destroy the 9. Alright. Oh, John Wynn. Oh my God, the 77's on his lid now. We have cars going everywhere. Alright. Oh. Okay. Just about 7 minutes to go qualifying, though. That's going to be a thing that we can make predictions for. But I don't even know at this point. Cole Wilson, he won a pole in lobbies with the Gen 6 car, the Legacy Gen 6 car a few weeks ago. Then. But it could be a favorite. The pole is the 77's going to go hard on the wall. Braden Hunsaker's collecting there. Reckon once again coming off pit road.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to say... Oh. The 94 goes over and over and stops on the apron, but gets hit by Matthew White. I don't know who to say, man. I mean, there is basically the whole field can win. But I'm gonna say my pick is going to be typical, but Aidan Donahue.
Win the pole?
Oh, yep.
All right. Donahue did win this race last season when he was full-time at Xfinity. Got him the regular season championship there. Miller's going to go hard on the one there. Going to be, oh my God. Rojan Koch slams the wall. 6 minutes to go.
I've seen school sites with less attrition than this practice.
Yeah, this practice is a little more chaotic than usual. They're just destroying each other no matter what.
Yep.
Here we go again. 5 wide off pit road. It always ends well, as Cole Wilson's going to block 7 lanes at once. Oh, Maddox Beard gets turned down to the inside. Of course, he missed the playoffs. He's officially out of playoff contention after last week. Just disappointing season for him is now. Davis and Stacey are going to make contact down the back straight away, and Davis gets turned.
95.
He'll go
and
around.
95 for Ryan Davis, who is really controversial at this track. He sometimes pulls kind of aggressive, really over-aggressive moves on blocking and everything. That's where he has to improve, because on plate tracks he can be a threat, but he's missing the controlling his aggressiveness and everything. So you're going to see that from another drivers here in this field.
Got a
I
slow
was
car.
blocking and braking.
Kevin will page in the middle of the racetrack, and he's going to get absolutely destroyed. And there, oh my god, the 13 is just flying through the air. And still only 13 cars over the line. Oh my god, Braden Hunziker. He is flipping. Doing front flips and back flips. Donahue in the wall. There's Cole Wilson. 77. Currently on pit road. Got Payson Lindsay. The 97 is John Wynn. Others entering the track. As yeah. Chaos so far in Daytona. We'll be right back.
Alright, I'm gonna go for a moment to another voice shot. I'm gonna come back though.
Oh! They're just destroying each other. 4 minutes to go here in practice in Daytona. Four minutes of absolute destroy each other and don't get penalized for it. Chaos here. Till we go to qualifying. Oh, they are just coming off pit road and they're destroying each other again. 5 wide off pit road. Okay. Up to the outside goes Matthew White. Stevenson up there as well on the inside now. Trying to do something in his Xfinity debut tonight. We'll see how he does. So far, side drafting Matthew White. And up to the outside goes Ryan Davis, getting pushed out of line. White is loose. Ooh, White's sideways. Can they make a lap? Cole Clausen's going to wreck himself. Cameron Chandler's going to go to the middle, so they're kind of getting more here. Oh, never mind. The 14 just threw an insane block on Cameron Chandler, and they're destroying each other down the front straightaway.
Yeah, was that a flip?
Chandler, again.
Whoa!
Oh, man, we got multiple cars upside down as they just all just overdrive the corner and completely slam into the wall. Because they can. Because it's practice. There's Nolan Crane in the 00 still on pit road. Yeah, so it's 50 laps tonight. It seems like a shorter race, but it might not be too short Daytona. This race last season, it was the same length. Of course, the spring race is only 10 laps longer than the 60 laps. This race last season was on par with most of the other races, so it's not going to be a shorter race in terms of time. It is definitely shorter than the spring race in the season opener. We end up
125 miles, a halfway break on lap 25, which at the first half we are going to see, we might see really calm racing, but in the second half it's just going to break all loose. So it's going to be interesting as we see Ryan Davis checking up on Aston Miller, and we see the 50 car use sideways, and the whole field is wrecking.
Oh my god. Typical practice things going on here. Because everybody just forgets they have brakes, then drives right into it. 58 seconds to go. So we start the regular season here, and we end it here as well. About 20 or so weeks later at this point. Alright, 42 seconds to go. That'll just about do it in practice. Most drivers are not actually able to get laps in. And we are ready to qualify in a minute. Well, they're going to have one more chance to absolutely destroy each other here. And there we go. Cole Wilson directs Braden Hunziker, and there's Brody Webster and Landon Johnson spinning, and Cole Clausen just destroys the 94 Bergman. And they are piling it up here once again. And this little pack will finish it out with 9 seconds remaining. So Landon
Well,
Johnson will lead practice.
we're gonna head on to qualifying. Well, winning the pole is cool, but not necessary. Only for the point. But for the race itself, it's can start last. For example, let's see where Andrew won the race last August. Where did he qualify? He qualified on not even in the top 10. He qualified. I don't even see him. He didn't even qualify in the top 10, and he ended up winning the race. So he qualified 16th, and he eventually won the race. So it's not really that important.
But drivers are definitely going to be still looking for that extra bonus point when you win the pole.
Yep.
That could be a thing to watch out for us. Here we go. Braden Hunsaker in the 9 coming on pit road, off pit road. There's the 96 Andrew Stacy's Cameron Chandler. Some drivers even elect not to qualify just at these super speedways, just because they don't want to, be involved in it up front. So the first 25 laps, everyone's going to be racing for the points in the first half.
Oh my gosh. Man, the elevators are broken here at Daytona facility. Whew, those stairs hurt. Alright, just checking in on y'all,
Connor, what do you think about this race and your chances on winning the regular season championship?
I already got a seal.
All right.
I already got it sealed up, so I got that. So I'm going into this race probably just having some fun, Yeah, I don't know how enjoying practice looked. I hope it was very fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess for sometimes, but definitely a show on the racetrack.
Yeah. My team selected to not qualify today. I think I made a correct decision.
Qualifying's now underway in Daytona. First car across the line, Aiden Donahue down the front straightaway he goes. Ahead of him, iRacing. There's the 90 of Tomlin. So you got 2 laps to do it, as always. You're going to see most drivers probably rip the outside for that first opening lap. On the second lap, they're going to want to go down to the inside. And that's where your pole lap is going to come from.
Tremor. How'd you think of practice?
What?
How'd you think of practice?
It was a bit of a mess. Looks like a smash to pass out there. Here comes the 77 Stacy so far top of the board. Pfeiffer will go fastest in the 77.
Is he a new guy?
He raced last week. Here's another new guy, Stevenson. He's in his Xfinity Series debut. He's currently 6th. Urban goes 3rd. Tomlin's 5th. Donahue's 5th. So those are first laps. So it was basically throwaway laps for most drivers. Here's Maddox Beard through 3 and 4. Might not have been one for Pfeiffer.
I'm gonna run back down those stairs and get to my car and crew. So.
All right.
Have fun enjoying this race, y'all.
Thank you. Good luck.
Here's Carlos Ortiz. He has interesting history here in the Xfinity Series, especially. Of course, this race last year, he kind of caused the big accident. It had Cole Wilson on his lid. As Braden Hunsaker goes top of the board on his second lap. And then last week in Kentucky, he caused the first 2 crashes. Hobbs goes P3. Stevenson's second. White's now fastest. Shocker there.
Yeah, Ortiz also caused a strange wreck in the... what a lap by Ehrman, 13 1,000ths of a second ahead of the 29 machine of Matthew White. What I was talking about, Ortiz also had a weird wreck there on August. Basically, his engine blew up and he wanted to be pushed to the pits, but he ended up wrecked he ended up wrecking the whole Matthew, who was the leader at that point, because he was standing there at 14 miles an hour. So let's see if he can get some reduction here in December.
Donahue currently on provisional pole. Juan Cobbs Jr., good starting spot. So for him, he's going to be 6th currently. Ryan Davis currently 13th. Down the back straightaway, he goes in the 4. A lot of drivers not to qualify at all here in Daytona.
Yeah, we have 45 seconds remaining of qualifying. Carlos Ortiz coming into turns 3 and 4.
Chandler goes 13th. Might have time for a second time. He's currently 5/10 off. Here is Wilson the 8th. Davis will move up to 11th. That'll be his qualifying over. Here's Cameron Chandler for 1 and 2. You got John Wynn, currently 16. Carlos Ortiz, good starting spot now. He'll be P6. They actually took. Chandler trying to improve up from 15th. Your winner last week in Kentucky. Trying to hold on to second in the points before the playoffs. He scored 10 playoff points.
Is he gonna have enough time to make the second lap, or is he gonna run out of time?
It'll be close. Here we come across the line. Cameron Chandler trying to sit on pole. The checker flag just misses it, and that's going to be bad luck for Chandler. He'll be starting 15th. Probably would have been a big pickup. That's got to hurt for him.
Well, not as much as Daytona.
Yeah, yes. Welcome live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series Season 3 Daytona regular season finale. It's time.
And this is the calm before the storm. This is when everyone can get the opportunity to talk to the person next to them, because on green flag racing they're not going to be able.
Yeah, it's of course Daytona. 50 laps tonight. Halfway break at the end of lap number 25. Stage points are awarded to the top 10. And once again, let's take a look at that playoff battle currently between Rojan Koch and 7 Hathorn. You got Hathorn plus 12, Koch minus 12. The max points you can score in this race is 31. The pole, which is now taken away, so now it's 30 for Rojan Koch. The stage win, and now the race win. And currently, we're just getting word that Rojan Koch first will start, but 7 Hathorn was not able to make it to the grid, and he will not be starting this race in Daytona, and that is big news for Rojan Koch. He's going to need to score 13 points tonight. If he does that, he'll be into the playoffs.
That's huge news here from Daytona. That is a great chance for Koch to make the playoffs. If without stage points, he's going to have to finish 5th to make the playoffs, and from then on it depends on where you finish in the stages and everything.
Yeah, he currently is going to start this race outside the top 20, so he's going to have some work to do to try to score stage points. He's got to be aggressive all day. No question about that. As they roll off pit road, ready to go in Daytona. So, of course, Donahue starting on pole. You got Hunsicker to his outside. Erdman dropping back. You see a couple other cars dropping back to the rear of the field. There's Erdman in the 94. He's going to start second. He's electing to go to the rear of the field. So is Cameron Chandler, your winner last week in Kentucky. All right. So once again from Daytona, it's time to decide the playoffs. The regular season championship battle, that's all locked up. We'll have a good one tomorrow for you for the Cup Series. 50 laps around the world center of racing. For the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series, Season number 3, regular season championship in Daytona. Been a good regular season as the sun sets in the background.
13 races have been run so far in this season, and still we're going to have a lot of playoff spots up for grabs.
Pace car comes down pit road. Donahue Hunsicker on the front row. The regular season championship for the Xfinity Series in Season 3 is underway in Daytona. Up the speed they go down the back straightaway at nearly 200 miles an hour. Donahue currently leads the inside lane. White down there. There's Cobbs Jr. in third.
People are already moving to the bottom of the race. We saw CJ Erdman in the 9 machine moving to the bottom as soon as he had a chance. But we are still double file. Carlos Ortiz leading that line ahead of Tyler Stevenson.
Aiden Donahue will lead lap number 1. Ortiz now getting pushed from that 14 car. 14 in his Cup Series, or Xfinity Series debut, I should say. Got Jaden Henry up there. A lot of cars dropping down to the inside already is Cobbs Jr. in third. You got Landon Johnson almost in the wall back there. Let's take a look at where Rojan Koch is. He's currently 15th, moving up about 5 positions from where he started. Side by side, down in the 3 and 4 they go. Ortiz coming with momentum on the outside. We'll see if Stevenson gets to his bumper, gives him a bit of a shove, as they will head down the front straightaway to lap number... Oh, big block! Donahue up to the outside, almost gets Ortiz turned around. That's going to make him 3 wide for a second. Donahue, a big block. Down the front straightaway they went. And now Matthew White on the bottom takes the lead.
The 2 championship contenders in the Cup Series were running 1 and 2. Now Aiden Donahue is leading the outside line, and the Duolingo machine of Quancops, I believe it is. He's trying to make every single move possible to the lead.
White and Donahue side by side down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. Cobbs Jr. all the back bumper of that 29 machine, having a great run so far. Started inside the top 10, currently running in third, side by side with Donahue for second place. Back down the front straightaway they go. Here at the World Center of Racing. You got some cars dropping back. You can see Jaden Henry on the outside. The outside lane isn't really formed up too well. So, Donahue almost on the wall. Once again, he'll drop down to the inside in front of Matthew White.
Yep, and there is a danger with being the car pushing the leader, which is overheating. You also usually have to back out in order to not blow up the engine as with Carlos Ortiz sideways.
Braden Huntsicker.
Carlos Ortiz, they're in the 25 machine. Fortunately for him, the 24 had moved to the bottom.
9 of Braden Huntsicker drops back to about 15th place, just dropping out of line from the lead pack. Side by side as Stevenson gets loose up to the outside, trying to push on Carlos Ortiz. So lap 5's underway. We officially made it further than we did in Daytona last season for the regular season championship in Xfinity for the first caution.
Yep, Stevenson trying to get some air into his grill. That's what we mentioned before, the overheating of these engines.
Yeah, it's going to be tough if you're back there, maybe like 7th place on back. Can't really find clean air. You got to be careful with that throughout the night. As there is Ortiz. He was loose down the back straightaway, trying to get help with that 14 machine. There's Juan Cobbs Jr. working the low side. And they're still side by side, heading down the front straightaway. Early days in Daytona.
Yeah, it's only been like 6 laps so far. We already have this intensity. Let's imagine the end of the race.
Donahue moves up to the outside. Here comes White now on the bottom. Donahue blocks Carlos Ortiz, and now Matthew White in the 29 going to be racing side by side down the back straightaway. Ortiz's momentum, will he take it anywhere? He's going to currently push Donahue. Give him a bit of a shove. And they will be not quite clear just yet. In 3 and 4 they go. Still side by side for the lead. In the 3 and 4. Yeah, so we're only coming back to 19 to go till the halfway break. So this first half is going to go pretty quickly. This race, honestly, I know it said it wouldn't. It might go pretty quickly, especially if we run green for a while.
Yep.
Here is Carlos Ortiz now on the bumper of Donahue. Gets him almost a bit sideways. Stevenson back there. Donahue making aggressive blocks early on. Moves down to the inside of Matthew White. He has not had the best luck at super speedways in the past. Of course, crashed out in the Daytona 500 in the Cup Series this season. Ended up with a last place finish. New was involved in the big one with about 20 laps to go in Daytona earlier in the year. Coming to lap number 8 from the World Center of Racing. There they go. Down the front straightaway. So, sun is setting. It shouldn't really be in the driver's eyes, I don't think.
It doesn't disturb anything, so they're going to be good.
At certain tracks, especially Darlington, Homestead, Miami, sometimes you do have the sun in your eyes. Darlington comes up in the playoffs for both Cup and Xfinity, the Southern 500 in the Cup Series in 2 weeks' time. Carlos Ortiz now on the outside, getting pushed from Tyler Stevenson. The momentum coming on the outside once again, 25. 77 Piper there in that Chevrolet. Yeah, Jaden Henry trying to find a place in line. Cameron Chandler on the top as well.
Yeah, and Matthew White in that Taylor Swift machine. Aiden Donoghue have been working together a lot in the 9 laps this race has been run so far. They've been on the bottom all race long.
And here comes momentum from the outside. Stevenson and Ortiz pushing each other down the back straightaway. Stevenson giving Ortiz a big shot. Carlos Ortiz will take the lead in Daytona, trying to clear. Down the backstretch they go. Big push coming maybe to the inside. Carlos Ortiz now will clear down low. Your new leader in Daytona is the 25 of Carlos Ortiz.
Ethan, what a waste car there, man.
And they will come to lap number 10 in Daytona.
Yeah, it's really key in the Xfinity course to know how to push that. Here comes Aiden Donoghue on the top.
Donoghue around the outside of Carlos Ortiz, who's going to be in a playoff battle tomorrow night. Oh, they're getting turned. 77's around. There's the 26. Caution's going to come out for the first time there. Crashing. It's Jaden Henry involved. John Wynn is damaged. You got a car getting slammed. Jaden Henry back there with Logan Giesbrecht. They make contact. The 77 Piper's involved. Cole Clausen has damage on the back straightaway. Others trying to escape on by. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out the first yellow of tonight in Daytona. And all started the 77 of Piper going around.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the pushes and everything. That was a huge shove there by the 26. That caused the wreck, as you can see right here.
Got him in a bad spot as the 77 Piper goes around. John Wynn slams into Cole Clausen. Ashton Miller, Ryan Davis, Braden Hunsicker just making it. Look at the 26 just gets slammed by Logan Giesbrecht. Let's take a look at riding along with Giesbrecht in the 80 machine to see what he saw. And that 80 machine is all torn up. Nothing he really could have done. He was kind of just riding towards the back of the field, behind Rojan Koch, who I think fortunately made it through this accident. Let's take a look. So they start to get sideways ahead of them. They pile up there. Down to the inside he goes, trying to slow down. Payson Lindsay has damage, and worst case scenario there for the Giesbrecht machine.
We are really unlucky there, really frustrating when you try to avoid wrecks by hanging on the back and you still get involved in those wrecks. That's how little control of the situation there is at Daytona International Speedway and Talladega also, which is another restrictor plate track.
Ooh, yeah, just got him in a very bad spot. John Wynn also gets damage. Cameron Chandler at the wall a bit, so did Cole Wilson. Big ones with damage, I think, are the 5 of Cole Clausen, the 80 of Logan Giesbrecht, and, of course, 26 Jaden Henry. All right, first caution of the night is out. Ooh, you got the 5 of Cole Clausen through the grass here already on lap 11.
As we see, Tyler Stevenson trying to fake pit, but he is not pitting. Juan Cobbs in the 13 machine is pitting, as well as the 96 of Andrew Stacy, the 9 of Brennan Hunsicker. I apologize for the mistake done before. I said it was CJ Earthman. It was not. We see also John Guyan on the pitch, and we see Payson Lindsay on the pitch on the 99 machine.
Here's Logan Giesbrecht trying to repair any damage he can. The 13 of Juan Cobbs Jr. did have a bit of damage on that machine, so we'll see if he's able to repair that. 94 of Erdman backing it up, trying to get to his pit stall. Try to come up. There's Rojan Koch. Rojan Koch's going to get a decent track position from this. He'll be 12th. Still needs to make up more points to not have a must-finish top 5 situation in the race to make the playoffs.
Cherry.
What?
You have a admin, right?
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
All right. I want to make sure.
And
All right.
Clive Clausen magically fixed some of his damage right there. We don't have resets on, of course, but Carlos Ortiz leading here on lap 12. First caution of the night is out from the World Center of Racing.
So with the new iRacing update, where if you have like a ton of damage, they don't allow you to fix it, and you're automatically done for the race. So that's exactly what happened to me. So I can't fix my damage, and I'm done. So I don't know. I thought I saw a gap open, but then all of a sudden I just saw John, whatever his name is, come across my screen, and I clobbered him, but. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll win tomorrow, so it's all good.
Yeah, unfortunate for the 5 of Cole Clausen in his Xfinity Series return. He will be all torn up. All right. Under caution here, first time of the night. We'll be right back from Daytona. All right. Welcome back live to the World Center of Racing. Here tonight, currently under the first caution. We are going to be restarting this time by. So let's take a look who's on pit road. I believe Logan Giesbrecht is probably done. Same thing with 5 of Cole Clausen. So those two both going to be retiring, unfortunately. Yeah, not with the race start they needed.
Cole, what do you think about the racing that you're witnessing those few laps?
Sorry, what did you say? My bad.
What do you think about the racing we all saw in those first few laps?
Oh, yeah, it was very chaotic, very idiotic as well. You know, practice, I don't even want to talk about that. I mean, I know everyone was kind of crashing on purpose, but for the people that were racing, there were some pretty stupid people out there. I mean, I got bothered by Braden Hunsick a couple times. He just doesn't even care about anyone on the track. But, you know, I'm really disappointed. I was looking to have a good night here, but we'll just have to do it all again tomorrow.
All right, thank you. We're going to restart now.
All right, here we go in Daytona. Carlos Ortiz now going to be the inside lane, your leader. Ready to restart on lap number 14. It'll be 12 laps to go till the halfway break. Pace car comes down pit road, working the first caution of the night. Through the guy here restarts down they go once again. We're back underway from the World Center of Racing in Daytona. Good restart for Ortiz. Not a good restart for 24 of Donahue. He'll kind of get slowly away on the outside. Matthew White now on the inside of the 24. Tyler Stevenson is now. Ortiz trying to find a couple of lanes to block. Through 1 and 2 they go. As they head on to the back straightaway here once again. Pushing side by side. Ortiz down to the inside. Let's take a look at where Rojan Koch is. He is currently outside the top 20 now, I believe. Yeah, there he is. All the way back there in the 27, currently outside of the top 20, so that's not what he needs for points. And we're coming back to 11 to go to the halfway break. Rojan Koch needs to step on the gas pretty soon to try to score any stage points. So, of course, he doesn't have to finish 5th or better to make the playoffs. Side by side, down into 1 and 2. Ortiz and Donahue. Because Rojan Koch is now kind of falling out of the main pack with Jaden Henry kind of slowing down back there. That's crucial.
It is, but fortunately he has the stage break, so it's not that big of a deal, because otherwise he will lose a lap. So he's really lucky he has that stage break.
Here they come down the front straightaway. Stevenson, the 14, up to the outside. Cole Wilson trying to drop back. You get the 2 of Maddox Beard there as well. Brody Webster going low. We got 10 laps to go till the halfway break in Daytona. Currently top 5 or so is now single file. You got Ortiz, White, Chandler, Miller, Davis in the bottom. Now here comes Cameron Chandler and Ashton Miller going to the top. Cameron Chandler has something to lose, but if he gets stage points, he will be officially locked in the second. So has mostly nothing to lose. The one that really has nothing to lose is Connor Asbell. Side by side, and now Cameron Chandler will take the lead in Daytona. Help from Ashton Miller in the 79. Both these two have a combined 4 career wins. 3 for Chandler, 1 for Miller. The Xfinity series, at least.
Oh, what a hard wreck.
Oh!
26 on pit road.
As now Braden Hunsiker gets tagged by the 13. Juan Cobbs Jr., they are going to get it back going. We will keep it green from all that, most likely. And yeah, we'll see Hunsiker. He is rolling back, and we're going to stay green in Daytona. We got 26 on pit road. He is spun, and he's going to reset. We'll keep it green once again. I'm trying to look at the battle for the lead. There it is, heading down the front straightaway. Not really sure what went on there. Chandler now takes the lead. Through 1 and 2 they go. Pushes are also going to get more aggressive as the stage starts to wind on down. And now Rojan Koch needs a caution if he wants any chance of scoring stage points. Lap car now in the way. That's Erdman. He's way off the pace. He's got to move out of the way, and he will all the way to the apron. Good job on the 94.
Oh, he's going to get the lucky dog if he doesn't get involved in a wreck. So why just be out on the way and maybe causing a wreck?
Of course, Erdman out of the playoff picture at this point. As they head down into 1 and 2. Chandler, you can see car up to the outside. That's Ryan Davis. He gets a bit loose. Stevenson there as well. Having a good Xfinity Series debut. He's been running top 10, even top 5 most times tonight. The sun continues to set here in Daytona. Now nearly under full darkness. And under the floodlights at the World Center of Racing.
Well, the racetrack right now is at 84 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's going to build up the excitement for this race.
Only 6 to go till the halfway break. Drivers that need, nobody really needs points, but you're going to want points. And nobody that really needs points that's in the top 10, I mean, or in this main group. Some drivers like Cameron Chandler are going to want points to try to make sure he can lock up second place in the points and get those 10 playoff points heading into the playoffs in Darlington. Ooh, Carlos Ortiz pushed from Ryan Davis up to the outside. Now he's getting some shove side by side for the lead once again. Got Stevenson still in the 14 machine, having a good run. He's been kind of on the outside, pushing whoever's up there, doing a nice job at it. Oh, he gets low. They're making contact. Ashton Miller is sideways. They all will hang on to it here, luckily. Carlos Ortiz door slammed the 279. I believe it was the 14 of Stevenson that got loose first. And then it was just the 25 into the door of the 79 of Miller. Luckily, everyone hangs on to it. Now it's starting to get more dicey up front. There goes White. Yep, White goes to the outside now of Ashton Miller. Chandler still trying to lead the inside lane as John Wynn back there making an aggressive move to try to get himself into the top 10. Chandler, though, currently leading as he got a car in pit road in the 96, or not the 96, I believe it's the 26 of Jane Henry. So we already saw one, not big one, medium-sized accident, I guess you could say. Really see anything coming to the stage?
Perhaps yes, perhaps no, but especially it's gonna get really dicey.
Oh, Ryan Davis,
Oh,
he's
it's getting
loose.
dicey now.
Now Stevenson, oh, he's trying to get
Whoa.
place in line. As, okay, I don't know what my thing's doing. There we go. And they all will save it back here. They're kind of now off the pace. And they're single file up here. Everyone got loose for a second. And now Matthew White to the outside of Cameron Chandler.
The gap in that lap between the leaders, 6/1000ths of a second.
Yeah, it is getting close as White now tries to get around Chandler. Chandler definitely wants these points as he blocks up to the outside on Matthew White. With 3 to go till the halfway break, 2.5 to go now as they head down the back straightaway. Push coming from the 29. Got Cole Wilson involved there as well as Cameron Chandler goes back to the bottom of the block, Ashton Miller.
Yep, Cameron has to be really careful with those blocks because he can get wrecked by blocking.
Yeah, he does not want to see that. As now, just like last season, we have a little pack, just about 9 or so cars to end the stage, up front at least. They all got dicey for a minute. That broke up the entire pack, and now these top 8 are going to battle for it up front. Watch momentum for the 29. He'll be coming to the outside in a moment. We got lap traffic in the way. I believe that's Braden Hunsicker in the 9. White coming with momentum to the outside. Here he comes.
And that's gonna mess up CJ Ehrman, who is a lap down, who is the first car a lap down, but it might not be anymore because they're catching Braden Husker as they come to a white flag for the stage.
Final lap till the halfway break in Daytona. Just even now, 26 to go in the race. I mean, this race is definitely not as long as you might think or initially. Hunsicker now going to get squeezed up to the outside. 3 wide, he's in the wall a bit. He's now got damage on his 9 car. He was put in a very bad situation. They're side by side for the stage win. Oh, Miller! He's loose. Big push down the back straightaway. Everyone going for points. White up to the outside. Final shoves as they head down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. Here comes Matthew White to the outside with momentum. Where's Carlos Ortiz going to go? Oh, Miller blew up and they're going to crash. Donahue's in the wall. They're crashing big time. Caution's going to have to come out. It's my iRacing. I don't know what it's doing. It's really annoying. White's going to win the stage, I believe. Ortiz should be second. They come across the line. Let's take a look. I believe Matt Ashton Miller just blew up as Cole Wilson has spun, and he's going to almost back into the wall.
And none of you with damage to his rear bumper. John Guy, and also, I don't see that much damage to his 97 machine. We see also Brody Webster with a lot of damage to his car. We see Brian Klusiker with damage too. We see Ryan Davis with damage too. The whole field were involved in that wreck, basically. As we saw Aston Miller blowing up that engine. That's what we were talking about, being the pusher, overheating that engine. And therefore, we got calamity there in turn 4 as we are now in the eye of the hurricane.
Yeah, we, of course, apologize for the angle we showed when green. I don't know what my iRacing was doing. Wouldn't throw the caution for a second. Yeah, there it goes. Nothing he could really do, and he gets destroyed, pounded. Everyone gets damaged behind him. There's Cole Wilson in the wall, and that is big here at the halfway break. So, guaranteed Roshan Koch scores 0 stage points. He is going to have to finish 5th or better tonight if he wants to advance to the playoffs. He's got to go now. No question about that. He's got to be aggressive as possible. Probably going to restart with only about 23 to go. We got cars spinning here under the halfway break.
The whole field heads to pit road except Braden Hunsiker, who is going to take the wave around. I believe he was involved in that wreck too, so therefore he doesn't get the lucky dog.
Matthew
So
White.
cars are stopping in the pit boxes, and a lot of people are going to take a lot of time to repair their damage.
Matthew White, Cameron Chandler both stay out.
Yeah, I saw how my engine temp can go, and it blew up, so we're done.
Yeah.
Fortunate for Ashton Miller, 29 machine, of course. Motor goes, just like Mark Prince in the season opener in Daytona, both EPR teammates, blowing motors at the front of the field in Daytona. Alright, so still cars trying to repair some damage back here. Leader currently is White, 24 to go Daytona, going to the halfway break. We'll be right back. Now you got, as we welcome back live to Daytona, you got White and Chandler pitting here late, which is interesting. So Ashton Miller has retired. I believe so is Cole Wilson. He has damage. He is retired from the race. They're both no playoff things going on there, so it doesn't really matter. Webster comes back onto the track. You got Davis still one lap down in the lead. There he goes. There they come off pit road. So yeah, very, very interesting stuff in Daytona with 23 to go. And it's now on the front row going to be Eli Tomlin and Pfeiffer here in the 77.
We saw the intensity going up and up and up. At the end of stage one, we saw that huge wreck basically because Aston Miller pushing Cameron Chandler for a long time. So now for stage two, it's going to be even more intense. As I see in the 90 car, a lot of damage to this rear bumper. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it's really a lot for getting pushed here at this racetrack. As also we see also Ryan Davis with the same damage to his front bumper.
Second caution of the night. Somehow it's the halfway break. It doesn't look like it with 23 to go, coming to 22 to go. It is not going to be a very long shoot after the end of this race. Giesbrett's still here on pit road. I think he's out of the race. So is Crane in the 00. Here we go. Tomlin, Pfeiffer, front row. We got row number 2 with Stacy and Ortiz. Lindsey Johnson, John Wynn, Matthew White, Maddox Beard, Cameron Chandler. Round 8 or top 10. Of course, playoff update. Rozhenko needs to finish 5th or better if he wants to advance. If he doesn't, Seven Hathorn will make the Cup's Xfinity Series playoffs in Season 3. Back to the Geico restart zone they go. We're back underway. Eli Tomlin gets a good start as they head down the front straightaway. 22 laps to go from the World Center of Racing in Xfinity for the regular season finale.
That huge distance can be a go against Eli Tomlin in the 98 Delta machine because he's not going to have the energy of the other guys. So we see the 77 going up, trying to pass the 90 machine. He has a lot more momentum. He's going to get by him, just like an airplane going just by a truck.
He's got Carlos Ortiz giving him a massive shove down to this back straightaway. They got one car dropping out of the line. I believe that's Landon Johnson back there. Not liking what he's seeing up front. And how about Casey Pfeiffer taking the lead in Daytona?
Yep, the rookie running his first NASCAR racing Xfinity Series race is leading this race, dead even with Carlos Ortiz coming to a line.
Side by side they go. And it isn't showing in Kentucky last week. You got Ortiz and White dropping up to the outside once again. Back there, one of your pole sitter, Aiden Donahue, has damaged, I think, still in the 24 machine. Carlos Ortiz, he's had a good night tonight. Looking for that first ever Xfinity Series win. That would give him big momentum where he tries to overcome from a 13-point, or actually 6-point deficit. That's 13 points is Xfinity. 6-point deficit tomorrow night in the Cup Series.
Let's get a word with Cole Wilson if he's there. Cole, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
What happened there?
Yeah, Miller just blew his engine, and then nowhere for me to go. I got completely destroyed my steering, and then too much damage for it to get fixed.
All right, are we gonna see you in the Cup race tomorrow?
No, probably not.
All right, well, that's all from Cole Wilson. Thank you for the interview.
Yep.
Unfortunate for your Watkins Glen winner this season. Taken out at the halfway break after that wreck. Sebastian Miller blowing the engine in Daytona. 20 laps to go, side by side with the lead Casey Pfeiffer and Carlos Ortiz. You got Matthew White, Eli Tomlin. A lot of underdogs in the front of the field. I mean, the top 10, besides Matthew White, is just filled with them, and Payson Lindsay and John Wynn and Andrew Stacey. Besides them, it is filled with underdogs like Pfeiffer, Ortiz, Tomlin, Cobbs Jr., Maddox Beard, CJ Erdman. All of them could go to victory lane tonight, and we got two of them racing for the lead. Pfeiffer back in the inside.
These two have been dead, even the 77 of Casey Pfeiffer and the 25 machine of Carlos Ortiz, they have been dead even all time, basically, there. Carlos Ortiz now slightly ahead as he's going to move to the bottom.
He'll clear Pfeiffer in the 77. Now Eli Tomlin back there in the 90. Matthew White on the outside as well, getting help from John Wynn. Juan Cobbs Jr. now in 7th. And the intensity is only going to start to ramp up with 18 to go in Daytona. And Rojan Koch has dropped off the field.
And we may see even 3 abreast at the end of this race.
Yeah, it's going to get intense. We've had so many fantastic finishes here with the Xfinity Series in Daytona. Remember, the 2 season openers, we actually, all 3 season openers we've had final lap chaos. We had 2 photo finishes, season 2 and season 3. Looking for another one tonight. The regular season finale in Daytona had a 3-way photo finish for the stage win. Of course, this stage ended under caution. Down to the front straightaway.
Let's go on board with the 50 machine of Brody Webster in order for you guys to see the intensity that goes on in these racetracks.
First of all, up to the outside, and they're almost 3 wide for a second. As we'll take a look at Webster in just a second. They're side by side for the lead. Here comes Pfeiffer in the 77. Up to the outside there is Tomlin. He's loose. Matthew White on his bumper. So they head down the back straightaway once again. Can I guess take a look with yeah, there wrong car. Okay. There is Brody Webster here in his machine, riding along with the 50. He's just kind of keeping it back there. Currently, it's just outside the top 10, I believe. Actually, he's 1 lap down. Racing with 12th place, Payson Lindsay. You can see all the chaos out of him. Pfeiffer now kind of falling back on that outside. Carlos Ortiz, and how about Andrew Stacey? He's had such a good year, but he is still looking for that first win. And he's going to the outside of Carlos Ortiz, trying to get ahead of Pfeiffer. Side by side, they go down the back straightaway. Now, how about CJ Erdman down to the bottom as well? $15 to go from the World Center of Racing. They're going to head it down into 1 and 2 through the tri-oval. Andrew Stacey, momentum from the top. Help from Pfeiffer in the 77. Oh, car in the wall. Tomlin. He'll fall back 3 wide on the outside now.
Yeah, he was attempting to block that run by John Nagayan, but he instead hit the wall, and John Nagayan is going to go by Eli Tomlin. Oh, look, that was Carlos Ortiz.
Look at this shove. Stevenson, how about the aid of Cameron Chandler down low, 3 wide, putting Stevenson in the middle. Stevenson now has to try to find somewhere to go. He got Matthew White down the bottom as well. Stevenson gets clear of the 96 of Stacy, and he'll be on the outside leading that now.
Yeah, everyone thought he was kind of sitting there in the middle, just about to lose spots. Instead, he's going to gain them. The 14 machine is up to 4 spots, Stevenson right there, and he's being pushed by the 96 of Andrew Stacy.
As they head down into 1 and 2 again. There's the 25 of Ortiz. White currently 3rd. And now you got Stevenson once again getting pushed up to the top. Help from Andrew Stacy. They're kind of getting single file for a moment. We'll see if these drivers on the outside elect to go back single file. First time we would have seen it all night. It's been double file, sometimes even 3 wide action for the entirety of the night. Excluding the 2 cautions, of course. Stevenson still getting pushed from Andrew Stacy. They're going to need some more help and momentum, though, I think, on the outside.
And something I was noticing before from the second group, we are not going to show that because we want to show the leaders, but that second group was led by Ryan Davis, now it's led by, I think, it's Connor Asbell. No, it's Rajun Koch in the 27 machine. Ryan Davis was stopping that group because of that damage he had. So he was being like, I don't know, it was a lot of difference. They were going back and back and back until they basically are a second pack right now. As Cameron Chandler takes the lead from the Daytona International Speedway.
Yeah, he got a good run on the outside, pulled outside ahead of Ortiz. Got momentum push from the 14 and cleared Carlos Ortiz. And yeah, Rojan Koch, 8 seconds back. Unless they all wadded up here on the final lap, he needs a caution. Which is always possible. He's got to finish 5th or better to advance to the playoffs. He scored no stage points, and that's his scenario right now. He hasn't really had a good run, for the most part. Car still trying to go up to the outside once again. Stevenson, Stacy, Piper, Tomlin, Cobbs Jr., and Webster. 11 to go in Daytona. The intensity you can see is slowly but surely ramping up.
Stevenson has been getting a lot of momentum these last few laps. He was like perhaps 3 car lengths back on the leader, which was Carlos Ortiz, and now it's Cameron Chandler. Carlos Ortiz moves to the top of the racetrack.
Ortiz now help from Stevenson, a big shove down the back straightaway. Here comes Carlos Ortiz. They're trying to take the lead. Stevenson on the outside as well, trying to clear the 8 machine. Is maybe Ortiz is almost clear of the 8. Got a car almost going 3 wide. Stacy, he'll drop back in line. Now Chandler back in the bottom. Stevenson pushing the 25 of Ortiz back on the top. Ooh, almost contact between the 14 and the 29. We head down into 1 and 2 here once again.
Now we see Stevenson in the 14 machine just pushing Carlos Ortiz in the corners, which is risky, but you need to do it in these last few laps.
Yeah, intensity coming up. 10 laps to go. Now about 9.5 to go in Daytona. And Stevenson has been a great pusher all night long, especially on that outside lane, and especially to Carlos Ortiz in his Xfinity debut tonight. Having an outstanding showing. He would love to get the victory lane, or at least the top 5.
Absolutely.
The lap car kind of in the way here. That is CJ Erdman, who has fallen off the field. He's got really no damage on that machine. He is falling down a lap. Oh, and he's going to be almost sliding up the racetrack. That was close. For your leaders, Erdman must have misjudged something. He slid up the banking just slightly, and Chandler had to check up. Now Carlos Ortiz back to the outside with momentum.
next lap car for these leaders is going to be the 24 of Aidan Delphi, who didn't have that fortune there at the end of the stage break. He was involved in that wreck, and therefore now he's about to be lapped.
Yeah, of course, started on pole, and they're going to still need cautions up there if they want to get that track position. Side by side they go. Ortiz once again maybe falling back, maybe trying to build a run with Stevenson. You could see momentum down this back straightaway with the 25 of Carlos Ortiz. Stevenson trying to give him a shove. Not as big as I thought initially, but still momentum to the top. Maddox Spear down there, third in line. Juan Cobbs Jr. as well, fourth in line on the bottom. Don't count him out. Donahue's slowly falling back to the leaders. He has not had a good showing in Daytona this season so far for both Cup and Xfinity. There he is in the 24, going to get split 3 wide on the outside, and that's going to be very scary as he tries to push it to the wall and does a nice job getting out of the way. With 7 to go from the World Center of Racing.
That was a 13 lose of Juan.
Cobbs Jr. gets sideways, so get back in line. Oh, Stevenson gives the 25 of Ortiz a big shot. Ortiz gets loose, he saves it. But now, momentum coming back to the bottom with Chandler and White. Chandler blocking outside.
Whoa.
Almost contact between White and Ortiz. Chandler gets a nice shot from the 25, coming back to 6 to go. In Daytona, they're nearly 3 wide. Here comes White to the bottom, and now Ortiz back to the outside of Chandler.
These drivers must be shaking more than an earthquake.
The aggression is on in. You now got Payson Lindsay up to the outside. He's got to go somewhere if he wants to win this race. Oh, watch. Oh, and there they go. White's to the wall hard. Down the back straightaway they go. The caution's going to come out. They're piling it up back there.
Matthew White made contact there with Carlos Ortiz and has damage to his fork, and Carlos Ortiz doesn't seem to have any damage. Maybe that left side of his race car, but he does like a 77-20 and keeps on.
Yeah, White just got turned there, I think, from the 14 of Stevenson who got by, and they both spin down the back straightaway. Surprisingly, the only 2 involved, honestly, shockingly, was in front of the field. That's why the caution came out. Brody Webb started to step on the brakes. The 2-man Spear. Let's ride along with let's ride along with Carlos Ortiz through this accident.
It was Stevenson, the 2014 machine, who was pushing all day long every single driver, and ended up, as we see here, wrecking Ortiz and Matthew White, who doesn't have that much of damage, so he's going to be able to keep on.
And he saved it. White's got damage in 29 from the looks of it. They'll be right back in Daytona. All right. Give us a quick second. We'll be right back from the World Center of Racing. Okay. Okay, so 5 to go, coming on now to 4 to go. We got drivers on pit road. Carlos Ortiz, Connor Asbell got a bit of damage from a wreck earlier, actually. Maddox Beard is also pitting. White will restart in 8th. He's got damage, though, in his 29 car. And, yeah, we should have seen 2 laps to go. It's not going to be overtime, but it's going to count as a green-white checkered attempt.
Yeah, Rayun Koch, who is running, I believe, in P10. I apologize for the mispronunciation of some names throughout the race. He has to make something really crazy work in order to make the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, he has to get the 5th or better. It's possible. He's only got to make up 5 spots. You never know what can happen ahead of him. He did a good job trying to get track position there, and now he's in 10th. That caution, I think, really saved him, though. He is very, very thankful for that. He's got one more chance at it here to try to make the Xfinity Series playoffs.
Yep.
Man, I guess I'll join the booth.
All right.
So what's happened since I've been gone?
After the stage, they had a nice little run with about maybe 20 or so laps, and then they just wrecked with Matthew White and Carlos Ortiz in the back straightaway.
Alright.
On pit road currently, you got Asbell, Donahue, and the 95 of Davis. We're coming to 1 to go this time by. So that means 2 laps to go when we restart. Can Cameron Chandler hold on for the victory? How about Stevenson starting in 2nd place here in this restart? They will come to 1 to go till restart.
And how about that damaged fender from Matthew White? He has that right front fender bent in a little bit. That's gonna cost him some speed, and in this ring wide checker is gonna be crucial in order to win this race.
Aiden Donahue gonna come off pit road here, so is Connor Asbell in the 72. All right, guys, 2 to go. Now, well, currently 3 to go in Daytona. Look around the World Center of Racing before we go back green for possibly the final restart of the night. What do we see happening in this green white checkered attempt?
Everything.
Rojan Koch, currently 9th, needs to be 5th. Can he do it to make the playoffs? He's gonna have to put it all out on the table right now. Got to make up 5 positions. If he does that, he will be in the playoffs for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series. Here we go. It is going to be overtime in Daytona. Buckle up after a wild ride so far tonight. It is about to get even more wild.
Yeah, I also can see Payson Lindsay maybe winning this race. He's strong at these plate tracks, and he's sitting in 3rd behind Cameron Chandler. As Ethan, we are gonna let you commentate this green white checker.
Here we go from the World Center of Racing. 2 laps remain in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series Season 3 regular season. It all comes down to this. 13 weeks of action, time to decide the playoffs. Chandler, Stevenson on the front row, back to green. Oh, great jump from the inside lane. Lindsay on the back bumper of Chandler. Juan Cobbs Jr. did not get going. Now Stevenson will be back in 3rd, and they're almost top 4, kind of single file. Andrew Stacy doesn't get a good start as they head down into 1 and 2 with 2 laps remaining. Here they come. Payson Lindsay on the rear bumper of his teammate Cameron Chandler. You got Tyler Stevenson. Cups their Xfinity Series debut tonight. Matthew White dropping up to the outside. Stevenson's going to go with him. White's going to drop back in line. Oh, they're almost wrecking on the back straightaway. 2 cars in the back. Never mind. They will stay green and save it. Stevenson now almost gets shoved back. He'll be on the bumper of White. Cobbs Jr. now in the 5th. Through 3 and 4 they go. It's time to see the white flag. Time to send him off in the regular season. Final lap. Chandler leading. Lindsay 2nd. White 3rd. Down the front straightaway they go. One more time. Where is Payson Lindsay going to try to make a move? Through 1 and 2 they go for the final time in Daytona.
Bigger question is Matthew White going to follow him if he makes that move?
He's got to go down the back straightaway if he wants to make something happen. Stevenson there. Cobbs Jr. up to the outside. As they head down the back straightaway for the final time. Update here in the playoffs. Rojan Koch currently 8th. Will not be enough. Down the backstretch for the final time. There goes White. Lindsay blocks. White gets sideways. Lindsay to the outside of Chandler. They're side by side for the lead. Through 3 and 4 they go. Oh, Stevenson gives the 8 a shove. He'll be now clear. Momentum coming. Final time through the travel. Where's the 14 gonna go? Here comes Lindsay to the outside. Chandler trying to hold on. He's going to win in Daytona as they crash across the line.
Second win in a row for Cameron Chandler. This time at the most unpredictable circumstances. Hats off Payson Lindsay and everybody else and wins at Daytona.
Rojan Koch finishes ninth. It'll not be enough. He will be eliminated from playoff contention. He will not make the playoffs this season. Seven Hathorn hangs on. What a finish in Daytona.
He tried everything he could there. He was going flat out, even just hitting some people on the back, but it wasn't enough for him to make the playoffs.
Yeah. We'll take a look at these replays here in a minute. Somehow, Cameron Chandler hangs on for season high 4th win of the year. And he will finish 2nd in the regular season points. He burns it down. Dale Earnhardt slide through the Daytona logo. Chandler has been becoming a pretty decent super speedway racer as of late. Now he gets his first ever Xfinity win on a super speedway. First win at Daytona for Cameron Chandler. And everyone was just trying to build momentum down the back straightaway on the final lap. He saw White pull up to the outside. Lindsay made a big block. That kind of killed the momentum. Lindsay was side by side with Chandler, but then the 8 car got a big shove on the inside. That kind of killed Mason Lindsay's momentum. He needed help, which he did not get. And they wrecked in the back. That allowed the 8 cruise to victory lane, as he will win in Daytona. Picks up 2nd in the points. All right, post-race interviews and more coming up from the World Center of Racing. And that will do it for the Xfinity Series from Daytona International Speedway. Let's take a look at that final lap and all the action that happened through there.
Yeah, everybody is basically going flat out there. It doesn't matter what position you are. You just want to win the race, as we can clarify with the third team machine of Juan, who pushed Matthew quite a lot there. It was a strong push. We see everyone is scrambling, and we see the 96 turn, and everybody going to turn a foot flies off. We see cars bouncing on the grass, and that's right. That right there is the attempt of the 227 to make the chase. Unfortunately, he's not going to make it, but now it's pressure off basically for that machine, and for that driver in particular. He can now take gambles and everything, and will not have a big enough effect besides the race result itself.
Riding with Rojan Koch. There they go. Finally, just pushing everyone to try to make it, and then he gets turned. And nothing he really could do.
Right. If that Xfinity race was intense with only a playoff spot up for grabs, imagine the Cup race with the regular season and multiple people being involved in that fight.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at that in a bit. Just let's watch this push from Tyler Stevenson. He was a great pusher all day in his Xfinity debut. Let's see that final push he gave to Cameron Chandler that ultimately probably won him the race. And boop. There we go. Big shot. He really couldn't get clear of Lindsay. He was getting shoved by Tomlin. Couldn't go to the bottom. He tried to push Chandler. He tried to get him loose a bit. Chandler was able to hang on, though, as they crashed down the back straightaway. Right along with the 29 of Matthew White here in the final lap. And So yeah, it was Tomlin who caught the 14, and then they all are crashing behind him. All right. And final angle at this, as they just all come through the middle, and Stacy was the first one that got turned around, and they just pile it up. Hunsinger took a hard hit. Let's take a look at how Andrew Stacy actually got through that accident, I believe. Ooh. Oh my god, he slammed into somebody. Watch this. I saw somebody flying through the air. Couldn't tell who it was, and then... Oh my god, Andrew Stacy, the 95 Orion Davis was in the middle of the grass when he crashed, I think, when the leaders were heading down the back straightaway on the final lap. And that will end in Daytona.
Now there are no brakes on the last lap, like we mentioned before.
Yeah. All right, post-race interviews coming up. So, Jerry, do you want to do the whatever? Do you want to do the second question, like last week?
Oh, yep.
All right. Okay, so post-race interviews coming up. First up, your winner, Cameron Chandler. Cameron Chandler, you got a huge shove from the 14 of Tyler Stevenson there on the final lap. That propelled you, of course, to the win. You were able to hang on. So, what were you seeing in your mirror, and how do you think you were able to hold on there on the final lap to score your 4th career victory tonight in Daytona?
Yeah, I had Payson behind me, and thankfully he didn't decide to be a terrorist for once, to me at least, and helped push me to the white. Then threw a crazy block on Matthew, and I thought honestly they were just gonna fly past me because there was a huge gap between me and the 14, and he got a massive run and gave me a push up the track. Again, I thought I was gonna wreck there, and yeah, so I don't know, just glad we got it done again. Hopefully that gives us a good cushion for the playoffs, and glad to get it done in a Dale throwback.
Cameron, we saw you a lot in the pro. Actually, you led the most laps with 21 laps. Was that your plan from the beginning of the race, or were you just like improvising the race as it went on?
Yeah, I wanted to qualify, but we had some shenanigans in the TCMC VC. So I only got to set my warm-up lap and didn't get to do my actual hot lap. So I just went to the back there, and then honestly accidentally ended up in the front for the stage, and it ended up working out, even though I didn't end up winning. But yeah, and we would have stayed up there after the stage too, but me and Matthew were idiots and forgot to pit, so I had to go to the back.
All right, so with this win in Daytona, your 4th career win tonight, you will finish 2nd in the regular season points and score 10 playoff points heading into the playoffs. So final question here, what do you think your expectation is to try to get through just this first round, where we have 3 very different tracks, Darlington, Michigan, and Spa?
I think I definitely could win Darlington. Spa, yeah, that's not happening. But I don't know. We don't even really have to win. Just finish well, like we have been. When we do finish Martinsville, thank you, Leonard. But yeah, like as long as we finish well, we should be able to breeze through this first round and get ready for the second.
All right, well, nice job on the win tonight, of course. Congratulations on your 4th win and your first ever Super Speedway win in an Xfinity car. And we will see you for the playoffs starting in Darlington.
Yep, thank you.
Coming up next is going to be Payson Lindsay. Payson Lindsay is P2 here in Daytona. A great run there at the end of the race to get you guys in that position. So, do you think there's anything more you needed there on the final lap, push from somebody behind or something like that to try to get the victory here tonight?
Yeah, I just needed to move up to block Matthew a little bit sooner. Just threw a late block there, and he couldn't get back to my bumper because I made him lose all his speed. So just didn't really have anything there on the white flag once I got up there. So, just overall a great race for us. We were like around top 10 all race. So, happy with our P2. I'm pretty sure that's our best career finish.
Payson, same question as with Cameron. Did you have any plan to either run on the back and just make your way up front, or did you just want to like go up to the front all race?
I was trying to kind of just stay cautiously like mid-pack all race, more so on the bottom until like the last 10 laps, and just executed it perfectly. I mean, I don't think there was anything else I could have done differently up there until the white flag. So Overall, I think I executed the plan pretty well, and we'll try and replicate that tomorrow, but maybe get it one spot better tomorrow.
All right, so nice job on the second place finish tonight in Daytona, and we'll see you for the Cup Series race tomorrow night for the regular season finale there.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so heading on next is Tyler Stevenson. A great debut. He finishes third. Tyler Stevenson, great Xfinity Series debut for you guys tonight. You'll come home in P3. So we saw you really pushing, especially Carlos Ortiz there up on the outside. What was your plan there in the final couple of laps to try to get to the front where you pushed Cameron Chandler ultimately? And what more did you maybe need there in the final couple laps to try to take the victory here tonight?
I honestly needed a bigger push. I was trying to push him. Maybe he would get out of the way, but honestly, the bottom was my best way because I would have been third on the top if I went with the top guys. So I was just kind of winning it on the bottom. Gave him a huge push in the corner. He saved it, which was pretty impressive. And coming then, I had another chance, but he blocked me on the front stretch, and I was just like, all right, let's just try to bring it in the top 5 at least, and that's what I did. But I think for a first race, I'll take a P3. I think got a little aggressive at times, but it was a fun race all around.
Tyler, we noticed a lot. You were the whole race pushing anyone. So I wanted to ask you this question: how did you manage to not blow up your engine while pushing, and also how did you manage those pushes?
I mean, it just wasn't constantly. You got to let off and let your engine cool for it, and then come right back on it. I mean, I was just managing it while I was pushing. I wasn't, tandem drafting lock on, because that's when I noticed my engine would go up as if you locked the bumpers. But if you just kind of went away and then came back and pushed, went away and came back and pushed, it managed the engine temps. So that's what I did. And honestly, I was just trying to stay up on the front, because if you're out in the front, you're likely not to get in the wreck. Honestly, I feel like they're like in the front row. So that's what my goal was at the race. And I just kind of wanted to impress on my first race a little bit.
All right, well, still a nice job on the third place finish. Final spot here on the podium in Daytona. And we'll see you in the next Xfinity race you're able to do.
See ya, man. Thanks, guys.
All right, coming up next is going to be Eli Tomlin. He finishes fourth. Eli Tomlin, good top 5 finish for you guys here tonight in Daytona. It'll be P4 here at the end. So, what were those final? Take me through what you were feeling there in the final couple of laps and your perspective here to finish in the top 5.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was a really fun race tonight. A lot of sketchy moments, but it was nice having the whole team there, and we were able to race together so much. At the very end of the race, like you said, um, my car handled best on the bottom. I'm sure you probably saw on the broadcast. I was squirrely up top. So I was committed to that bottom lane unless I had a chance to push a teammate, and I couldn't quite get to Payson because Matthew White, he was just barely hanging on my outside quarter panel there at the end. So it was hectic, but man, it was a good time.
So Eli, are we gonna see you in the race tomorrow? And if so, what did you learn from today that you can apply for tomorrow?
Yeah, you should see me tomorrow night. I'm planning on being there, and I mean, I'm learning everything, dude. My computer messed up, so I didn't get any practice tonight. And plate racing, it's never really been a strong suit for me. So tonight, being able to work with all 3 of the clear high guys, being able to work with Logan before he got taken out early. I mean, that's everything. You got people you can work with, and hopefully we will tomorrow night too. We'll have Payson will be back in there, and we'll have Logan and maybe Andrew can join us. So it's all about just trying to learn how to push and manage pushes and hang back at the start of the race so you can be there at the end. Just super speedway racing.
All right, well, nice job on the top 5 here tonight in the Xfinity Series race at Daytona. And we'll see you coming up tomorrow night for the Season 3 Cup Series regular season finale.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, coming up next is going to be, looking down the order, Andrew Stacy finishes 7th. So Andrew Stacy, overall, a decent day for you guys. It'll be P7 here tonight in Daytona. So I gotta officially confirm, but I believe you guys will take third place in the standings, and that will give you 5 playoff points. So overall, How is your car tonight, and what's your reaction to getting those 5 playoff points, and which are going to be pretty crucial heading into these playoffs?
Well, I mean, it's always good to have more points. This decreases the pressure and decreases the gap. I feel like we did really good this race, especially with the team communication. We had good strategy. I mean, that call to stay out was really helped us. I think overall as a team we did really well. I mean, we all worked together. We just got unlucky at the end. Got collected in a few things, but overall we did pretty good. I say.
So I don't have any question for you, Andrew. I apologize. Just a great, good race there, and hopefully we can see you tomorrow and the rest of the playoffs.
Thank you.
All right. So that, of course, was Andrew Stacy in the 96 machine. Next up is going to be Casey Pfeiffer, finishes 8th. So, Casey Pfeiffer, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name there. You will finish P8 in Daytona. So overall, pretty decent day for you guys. We saw you guys there, maybe with about 20 to go, 15 to go, running up front. So what was your perspective there in the final lap when they all came together up front?
My goal was to just find momentum somewhere on the last lap. After I crossed the line, I got pushed up high, and I was just looking for something at that point. I was kind of hoping my teammates would move up as well. We could maybe go for it like that, but I'm still happy with the finish we got.
So Casey, how are we gonna see you in more races, especially in the Cup race tomorrow, for example, and in the rest of the playoffs?
I am actually brand new to this league, so I won't be in the Cup Series for a long time. But I plan on running the Xfinity Series as long as I possibly can.
All right, well, good run here tonight for you. P8, top 10 in Daytona, and we'll see you in the Xfinity Series playoffs once those start, of course, for the playoff drivers in Darlington.
All right, thank you.
All right, coming up next, going to be Roshan Koch. Unfortunately, just misses out on a spot in the playoffs. Roshan Koch, you guys fought hard here tonight in Daytona. Unfortunately, with your P9 finish, it is not ultimately going to be enough to advance the playoffs. So, what were you trying to do in the final lap to try to get up what was going to be P5, which was what you were going to need to advance here, and what ultimately is your reaction there on the finish?
Well, Ethan, I just want to say that I am happy. This is the first, probably in a while, that I have finished a race nearly that I started. The rest, I crashed out because of someone else's mess. So I'm happy that I finally went all the way and finished the race that I started with little to no issues. I did what I could. Our team did what we could. The TCMC did what we thought was best. To your point, it just wasn't enough coming to the end. I wanted to go high on the backstretch on the white, but if doing that would be a death sentence anyways, based on the wreck that happened at the start finish. So really, it was a lose situation. But hey, I'm glad I finished the race that I started, and looking forward to Darlington, see what we could do. And there's always next season, man.
So that Kyle Busch profile picture represents everything for you. So, but I wanted to ask you this question that I mentioned exactly at the end of the race. How are you gonna face the playoffs now with less pressure and therefore taking more gambles, so that you can try to win an individual race instead of just thinking about points?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't mean to sound pessimistic or low self esteem. Anyways, no one has to worry about me. I'm gonna be a back marker anyways. But out of the rare occasion that I am having a good run, and everybody, my teammates that are in the playoffs are like out of the way, I'm gonna gun for the top 5 or for the win. But yes, to answer your question directly, I'm glad I don't have anything to worry about. It's a little bit sad, but things happen. It's racing.
All right. Well, still nice job on the top 10 finish there at the end, gaining more positions there at the end. Sorry, of course, it wasn't enough to advance to the playoffs, but still a nice job on the run, and we'll see you next in Darlington.
Thank you, Ethan.
All right, coming up next for finishing up post-race interviews here at the World Center of Racing for the Xfinity Series is going to be Brody Webster finishing in 16th, I believe. Yes, it is. So Brody Webster, it'll be P16 tonight in Daytona. So you guys came down from being one lap down. So overall, what was it like there in the final couple of laps, just trying to gain any positions you could to get inside the top 10, which you ultimately finished 16th?
Yeah, it was kind of tough because like coming from a lap down, obviously I was in last place coming into it, and then the like kind of wreck, like it wasn't really a big wreck, but the like little wreck that happened with Ryan like kind of screwed me up because I had to lift off, and then I ended up passing I think two more, so kind of glad I actually finished this race. So I mean, I don't know, maybe next race push for the top 10, but other than that, hopefully keep finishing races.
So, Brody, are we gonna see you in the Cup race tomorrow and throughout the rest of the Xfinity races?
I don't think you'll see me in the cup tomorrow. But I'm gonna try to start getting tracks, and I think I'm gonna try to start pushing for more races.
All right, well, still nice job here on the run tonight. Sorry it didn't really end in the finish you guys wanted it to, but we'll see you in the next Xfinity race you're able to do.
All right, see you. Thank you, guys.
That was Brady Webster, finish his 16th in Daytona. Coming up next, final interview of the night, Aiden Donahue, who started on pole, going to finish 18th. So Aiden Donahue, you guys got the pole position, of course, a great start to the night, but unfortunately went downhill after that. You ultimately end up in 18th place tonight in Daytona. So you, I think, got the wave rounds there when you got put a lap down after getting a damage from the halfway brake caution. So ultimately, what happened there in the final lap in front of your car, and what were you just trying to do there to gain positions?
I just wanted to finish the race. There wasn't much to it. I did so much damage, so yeah, that was about it. I was just watching the action.
So, Aiden, you go into tomorrow with a 2-point advantage
Don't
over
remind
Matthew
me,
White.
man.
You had some practice in the first stage there for today. How is it gonna help you for tomorrow?
Well, it's like you said, the first stage, I was chilling mostly. I just wanted to try and throw a few blocks and see how it was. And this car takes pushes a lot differently than the Cup car. So if anything, I can throw even more aggressive blocks tomorrow. But I just wanted to see what I could do while leading or what I could do while being in front. So I mean, we'll see tomorrow. I mean, the goal is to definitely just survive and to be there at the end and try and. Obviously, the goal is to beat Matt, regardless what position we finish in, whether it be for the stage or the race. But it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be really close. I can't believe after finishing 29th in the Daytona 500 and missing an entire race, I've even caught up to have the chance to fight for the regular season championship. But we're here and we're ready to fight.
All right, well, still nice job on the run tonight. Sorry it kind of ended in the way you guys did not want it to, but we'll see you tomorrow night where you fight for the regular season championship in Season 3 for the Cup Series.
That's up right about tonight, but thanks, guys. It's going to be a great race tomorrow.
All right, and that'll do it from Daytona. Final thing to look out here. Let's take a look at how Ryan Davis ended up going around here on the final lap. So Matic cleared up the racetrack. Davis there in the 95. He already had big damage on the back end. He just block landed Johnson. I think he got shot from Ortiz, and then he made contact with Erdman, and then he ended up going not fully around, but mostly around on the back straightaway. All right, and that'll do it for Daytona. Of course, coming up tomorrow night, the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series regular season finale in Daytona. So, Churi, any final thoughts here before we wrap it up?
We saw a lot of intense racing here tonight, maybe because there wasn't as much up for grabs besides a playoff spot. But for tomorrow, it's going to be even more wild with how the Cup car takes pushes, which is a lot more lenient than with the Xfinity car. So it's going to be really exciting for tomorrow, and also a really more expanded field because some people go off school tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting for sure.
All right, and that will do it tonight for the Xfinity Series in Daytona. The playoffs are now set, and that will do it. So, for Roshan Coke, Justin misses out in the playoffs. 7 Hathorn will advance. We hope you enjoyed. And on behalf of all officials, team owners, drivers, commentators, everyone involved in making the series what it is, we will see you, me, Richard Cherry, Cameron Chandler, in the booth tomorrow night for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, Season number 3, regular season finale in Daytona.